Hi, my name's Haley Fenimore, and I'm going to be teaching the class how to propagate a plant, specifically a succulent, properly without killing it. My love for plants and succulents started when I was a freshman in high school. I got to be a part of the agricultural and farming community in my school, and I was given the opportunity to be in the FFA club, which is Future Farmers of America. I got to do different classes through that club, and I got to take a floral design class, which was so awesome. And my teacher, who's very passionate about plants, she got me involved in that, and we had a huge greenhouse at the school where she had many different flowers and gardens there and an aquaponics system, and within there she also had a lot of succulents, which at the end of the year she would give all of the students a planter full of propagated succulents, which is so awesome, and I still have one today and I love it so much. Here's one of them. So propagation from the New Oxford American Dictionary is defined as the process of breeding a specimen by natural processes from the parent stock. So we will be cutting a leaf or a part of the plant and we'll be replanting it to grow a whole new plant. And it's so cool and such a great way to multiply your garden. So the overview of succulents and propagation, there's so many different types of succulents. There's several thousands of them. We don't really know how many there are. And that's not really including cacti, because some horticulturists believe that they are not succulents, and some do believe. I personally believe that they're succulents because they're just like all the other ones. They come from the same place, which their origin is in the desert, and they originally came from the desert because you can find so many different cacti and succulents because of all the rainfall. And why people love them so much is because they're so low maintenance and they don't take as much care. They don't need as much care to survive because they live in the desert and they don't get as much rain, so they only need watered once a week, once every 2 weeks, just depending on what kind it is, which you can find a lot of information on ambius.com, which is where I got a lot of my information. And they say about how a lot of it is from the desert, and especially like Arizona and those kind of areas out in the Midwest where they breed a lot of them. So the uses of succulents, there's so many different uses. Like, people use them as house plants because they're so low maintenance, and you can use like aloe vera I have right here, which is a spiky plant. You can use that in so many different ways, for moisturizers, for sunburn. You can eat aloe plants and they're very good for you, very nutritious, and there's so many different uses for them and they're so great. So the different tools you'll need either a pot with soil, or you'll need a cup with water in it. If you're using just the pot with soil, you'll need water to put in it, so after you put the plant into it, you can water it quickly, and that'll help with the process. And then you also need a parent succulent, which is a bigger plant, just like my jade plant. But today we'll be using a spider plant, which my mom has downstairs. So let's go to that. Okay, so to start, we will take a piece of the parent plant off, make sure that it's a clean cut, and then if it does not have roots, we will put it into a cup with water to make it ready and grow roots, so then it'll be ready to transplant into the soil. But as you can see, this one already has roots, so we will put it into the soil and make sure that you dig a deep enough hole for it and make sure that the roots are covered so that it's nice and protected and safe. And then it will be ready to start growing new things to propagate and new leaflets and parts of it to grow. Okay, so after you put it in the soil, make sure that you put it in a nice place that has a lot of sunlight coming through and has a lot of warmth around it, since it's so used to the dry desert air. And if it's the winter time, make sure that it's away from a window so that it's not cold, and make sure you keep it inside so that it does not die, since it's so used to the warm weather. And I hope that you all really enjoy this, and it's so much fun to propagate. I hope some of you go out and buy some so you can do it, and it's such a great way to multiply your garden and to grow it. And thanks!